Hello students, in last video we have seen the examples of eigenvalues and eigenvectors. In this video we will see similar matrices and diagonalizations. First, definition of similar matrices. If A and B are n by n matrices, means square matrices, then A is similar to B if there exists an invertible matrix P such that B equal to P inverse AP, or equivalently A equal to PB P inverse. Here B equal to P inverse AP and A equal to PB P inverse. How? Because if P inverse get here, we get PB and here AP, which implies now PB P inverse equal to A. So A equal to PB P inverse. Next, for example, A equal to 2 by 2 matrix with entries 16, minus 35, 6, minus 13, and B equal to 2 by 2 matrix with entry 2, 0, 0, 1 are similar because there is an invertible matrix P equal to 5, 7, 2, 3 such that B equal to P inverse AP. When you calculate P inverse AP, you get B equal to 2, 0, 0, 1. So we can say that A and B are similar matrices. Next theorem. If A and B are similar matrices of order n by n, then they have the same characteristic polynomial and hence the same eigenvalues with the same multiplicities. Here same characteristic polynomial means when you calculate eigenvalues, you get eigenvalues of A and B are equal. Now proof of this theorem. Given A and B are similar matrices of order n by n. Given A and B are similar matrices of order n by n. So by definition, there is an invertible matrix. There is an invertible matrix P such that B equal to P inverse AP by definition of similar matrices. Therefore, or instead of therefore, calculate characteristic polynomial of B is B minus lambda I equal to P inverse AP minus lambda I. B is P inverse AP, so equal to P inverse AP minus lambda I as it is. P inverse AP minus lambda I can be write as P inverse P, because P inverse into P equal to identity matrix. Now take P inverse and P common, we get P inverse into A minus lambda into I, because you cannot get lambda as a single because this multiplication is in the matrix. So minus lambda into I and take P common here. Now calculate determinant of B minus lambda I, which is equal to determinant of P inverse A minus lambda I into P. Here P inverse A minus lambda I P are the matrices of order n. So you can write determinant of P inverse into determinant of A minus lambda I into determinant of P. Determinant of B minus lambda I equal to determinant of A minus lambda I, because determinant of P inverse into determinant of P equal to 1 upon determinant of P into determinant of P, which is equal to 1. So determinant of B minus lambda I equal to determinant of A minus lambda I. Here these two determinants are equal and this is nothing but the characteristic polynomial of B and characteristic polynomial of A, which implies characteristic polynomial of B equal to characteristic polynomial of A. So A and B have the same characteristic polynomial, hence they have same eigenvalues. When you equate determinant of B minus lambda equal to 0 and determinant of A minus lambda equal to 0, you get same eigenvalues of A and B. Hence, same eigenvalues with the same multiplicities, Next, here theorem is proved. Next theorem, without proof, only statement. Let A be an n by n matrix, lambda belongs to R, means lambda is a scalar. Then the following statements are equivalent. Equivalent means A implies B, B implies C, C implies D and D implies A. Here A is lambda is an eigenvalue of A. Second, there is a non-zero vector x belongs to Rn such that A into x equal to lambda into x. Next, the system of equation A minus lambda into x equal to 0 has non-trivial solution. Because x is non-zero, that's why this equation has non-trivial solution, means non-zero solution. And lambda satisfies the scalar equation, means determinant of A minus lambda equal to 0. Next definition, diagonalization. A square matrix A is said to be diagonalizable if A is similar to a diagonal matrix. That is, if A equal to P inverse, where P is some invertible matrix and D is some diagonal matrix. Here D is some diagonal matrix means the diagonal entries of D nothing but the eigenvalues of A. Note here, D means diagonal matrix and diagonal entries are nothing but the eigenvalues of A. Next example, let A equal to PD, P inverse, compute A raised to 4. P equal to 5, 7, 2, 3 and D equal to 2, 0, 0, 1. To compute A raised to 4, here A equal to PD, P inverse. A square means A into A into PD, P inverse. A square means A into A. A is PD, P inverse. Again here A, PD, P inverse. PD, P inverse, PD, P inverse. P inverse P, 1. So PD, D, P inverse. Here D into D means PD square P inverse. When we calculate A cube, we have A into A square. A is PD P inverse and A square is PD square P inverse. So A cube equal to PD P inverse, PD square P inverse P, 1. We get P into D square into P inverse, P into D square means D cube P inverse. Here you can observe that A cube equal to PD cube P inverse, A square equal to PD square P inverse. That means A raised to k equal to P d raised to k P inverse. So we have A raised to 4 equal to P d raised to 4 P inverse. Here D is diagonal matrix, here 2 by 2 matrix, so diagonal matrix like this, A0 0 B. So D raised to k is nothing but the A raised to k 0 0 B raised to k. That means A raised to 4 equal to P d raised to 4 P inverse. P is 5 7 2 3. So P inverse equal to, interchange diagonal entries 5 3 3 5 and take negative signs of other entries, means minus 7 minus 2, and 1 upon determinant of P calculate. Determinant of P equal to 5 into 3 15 minus 2 into 7 14 equal to 1, means 1 upon 1 into 3 minus 7 minus 2 5 equal to 3 minus 7 minus 2 5. So P inverse equal to 3 minus 7 minus 2 5. We know that if A equal to A B C D 2 by 2 matrix, then A inverse equal to 1 upon determinant of A. Interchange the diagonal entries and other entries has negative sign. So also here D equal to diagonal matrix 2 0 0 1. So D raised to 4 is, by this result, D raised to k equal to A raised to k 0 0 B raised to k. So D raised to 4 is 2 raised to 4 0 0 1 raised to 4, which is equal to 2 raised to 4 is nothing but D 16 0 0 1 raised to 4 is 1. Now calculate A raised to 4 equal to P d raised to 4 P inverse. P is 5 7 2 3. D raised to 4 is 16 0 0 1 and P inverse is 3 minus 7 minus 2 5. So first compute multiplication of these two matrix. We get 80 7 32 3 into second matrix as it is. Now compute this matrix. We get 240 minus 14 minus 560 plus 35, 96 minus 6 minus 224 plus 15, which is equal to 226 minus 525 90 minus 209. So A raised to 4 equal to 226 minus 525 90 minus 209. Now next theorem, diagonalizing theorem. A n by n matrix A is diagonalizable if and only if A has linearly independent eigenvectors, and most precisely says that a n by n matrix A is diagonalizable if and only if A has n linearly independent eigenvectors. A is diagonalizable means it can be factored as A equal to PD P inverse if and only if the columns of P are linearly independent eigenvectors of A and the diagonal matrix D has diagonal entries as eigenvalues of A that correspond reply to the eigenvectors of P. Next theorem, if V1, V2 and so on Vk are k eigenvectors of a square matrix A corresponding to distinct eigenvalues lambda 1, lambda 2 and so on lambda k, then the set S equal to set of V1, V2 and so on Vk is linearly independent. Next theorem, an n by n matrix with n distinct eigenvalue is diagonalizable if A has n distinct eigenvalues, then it is diagonalizable. Next theorem, if A is n by n symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix means A equal to A transpose. If A is n by n symmetric matrix, then A is diagonalizable. All its eigenvalues are real. Symmetric matrices has real eigenvalues. We know that. Next, working rule to diagonalize an n by n matrix A. Here, step first, find the eigenvalues of A by finding its characteristic equation and solving for lambda. Let lambda 1, lambda 2 and so on lambda n be the eigenvalues of A. Step 2, if the eigenvalues are distinct, then conclude that A is diagonalizable, because in this theorem we have seen the result. An n by n matrix with n distinct eigenvalues is diagonalizable. Step 3. If the eigenvalues are not distinct, that is some eigenvalues are repeated, then find the distinct eigenvalues of A, say lambda 1, lambda 2 and so on lambda r, where lambda I has multiplicity ki for 1 less equal I less equal r, so that k1 plus k2 plus and so on plus kr equal to n. In step 4, for each eigenvalue lambda I of A of multiplicity ki, find basis and dimension of eigenspace associated with lambda I. If the dimension of eigenspace is less than ki, means multiplicity of lambda I, then A is not diagonalizable. If the dimension of eigenspace is equal to ki for all 1 less equal I less equal r, then A is diagonalizable. Hence, we can find n linearly independent eigenvectors of A, say x1 bar, x2 bar and so on xn bar. Step 5, we write a matrix P whose columns are n linearly independent eigenvectors, that is x1 bar, x2 bar and so on xn bar, found in step 4. In step 6, calculate P inverse and P inverse AP, then diagonalization of A is given by P inverse AP equal to D, where D is diagonal matrix, whose diagonal entries are nothing but the eigenvalues of A. If you cannot get the diagonal entries, then you can say that A is not diagonalizable. Next, note first, a n by n matrix A can be diagonalizable even though the eigenvalues are repeated. Second, if lambda I is an eigenvalue of A of multiplicity ki, then linearly independent eigenvectors associated with lambda I cannot exceed the multiplicity of lambda I, that is ki. If n by n matrix A has no linearly independent eigenvector, then A cannot be diagonalizable. Here multiplicity means if we get eigenvalue 1, 1, 2. Here 1 is repeated 2 times, means multiplicity of 1 is 2. The example of diagonalization we will see in the next video. Here we stop.